Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamniti Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadista Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayesha Vadresha Nityam bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati-uttama shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Jai. Let me open the page. So we are in Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Canto, chapter number 6. Do let me know if you see my screen.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay. Okay. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 6, the activities of Lord Rishabhadeva. Raja Uvacha Nanunam Bhagava Atma Ramanam Yogas Samirita Jnana Karma Bijanam Aishwaryani Punah Kleshadani Bhavitum Arhanti Yadrichayopagatani. King Parikshit asked Sukadeva Goswami, My dear Lord, for those who are completely pure in heart, knowledge is attained by the practice of bhakti yoga, and attachment for fruitive activity is completely burned to ashes. For such people, the power of mystic yoga automatically arises. They do not cause distress. Why then did Rishabhadev neglect them? Rishiruvacha Satyam Yuktam Kintva Ihava Ekena Manasodha Vishrambham Anavasthanasya Shata Kirata Iva Sangachante. Sri Sukadeva Goswami replied, My dear king, you have spoken correctly. However, after capturing animals, a cunning hunter does not put faith in them, for they might run away. Similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual life do not put faith in the mind. Indeed, they always remain vigilant and watch the mind's action. Tatha ko choktam न कुर्यात् कर्हिचित् सक्यं मनसिः अनवस्थिते यद्विश्रम्भाच्चिराच्चीर्णं च स्कन्दतप ऐश्वरम्. All the learned scholars have given their opinion. The mind is by nature very restless, and one should not make friends with it. If we place full confidence in the mind, it may cheat us at any moment. Even Lord Shiva is becoming agitated upon seeing the Mohini form of Lord Krishna, and Shobhari Muni also fell down from the mature stage of yogic practice, perfection. नित्यं ददाति कामस्य छिद्रं तमनु ये रयः योगिनः कृत्यमैत्रस्य पत्युर्जायेव पुंशली पुंश्चली. An unchaste wife, a woman is very easily carried away by paramours, and it sometimes happens that her husband is violently killed by her paramours. If the yogis give his mind a chance and does not restrain it, his mind will give facility to enemies like lust, anger, and greed, and they will doubtlessly kill the yogi. Kamo manyurmado lobaha shokamoha bayadaya karma bandhascha yanmulaha svikuryat konu tad budaha. The mind is the root cause of lust, anger, pride, greed, lamentation, illusion, and fear. Combined, these constitute bondage to fruit activity. What learned man would put faith in the mind? अतएव अखिललोकपाललालमोऽपि विलक्षणैर्जिडवद् अवधूतवेषभाषाचरितैरभिलक्षित भगवत् प्रभावो योगिनां साम्प्र साम्प्रदाय विधिम् अनुशिक्षयन् स्वकलेवरं जिहासुर आत्मन् आत्मनम् असं असंव्यवहितम् अनर्थान्तरभावेनान्वीक्ष्यमान उपरतानुवृत्तिरुपरा Rama. Lord Rishabhadev was the head of all kings and emperors within this universe, but assuming the dress and language of an Avaduta, he acted as if dull and materially bound. Consequently, no one could observe his divine opulence. He adopted this behavior just to teach yogis how to give up the body. Nonetheless, he maintained his original position as a plenary expansion of Lord Vasudeva, Krishna. Remaining always in that state, he gave up his pastimes as Lord Rishabha Dev within the material world. If following in the footsteps of Lord Rishabha Dev, one can give up his subtle body, there is no chance that one will accept a material body again. तस्य वा एवं मुक्तलिङ्गस्य भगवदृषभस्य योगमाया वासनया देह इमां जगतीम् अभिमानाभासेन सङ्क्रमण सङ्क्रममान कोङ्को वेङ्ककुटकान् दक्षिणकर्णाटकान् देशान् यदृच्छोपगतः कुटकाचलोपवनम् आश्य कृतास्म कवल उन्माद इव मुक्त मूर्धजो संवीत एव विचचार. Actually, Lord Rishabhadev had no material body, but due to yoga maya, he considered his body material, and therefore, because he played like an ordinary human being, he gave up the mentality of identifying with it. Following this principle, he began to wander all over the world. While traveling, he came to the province of Karnataka in South India, passed through Konka, Venka, and Kutaka. He had no plan to travel this way, but he arrived near Kutakachala and entered a forest there. He placed stones within his mouth and began to wander through the forest, naked with his hair disheveled like a madman. अथ समीरवेगविधूत वेणु विकर्षणगा जातोग्र दावानलस्तद्वनम् आलेलिहानः सह तेन ददाह. While he was wandering about, a wild forest fire began. This fire was caused by the friction of bamboos which were being blown by the wind. In that fire, the entire forest near Kutakachala and the body of Lord Rishabhadev were burnt to ashes. यस्य किलानुचरितम् उपाकर्ण कोङ्कवेङ्ककुटकानां राजार्हन् नामोपशिष्य कला अधर्म उत्कृष्यमाने भवितव्येन विमोहितस्वधर्मपतम् अको अकुतो भयम् उपहाय कुपतः पाकण्डम् असमञ्जसं निज मनीषया मन्द सम्प्रवर्तयिष्यते. Shukadeva Goswami continued speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. While my dear king, the king of Konka, Venka and Kutaka, whose names are Arhat, heard of the activities of Rishabhadev and imitating Rishabhadev's principles, introduced a new system of religion. Taking advantage of Kali Yuga, the age of sinful activities, King Arhat, being bewildered, gave up the Vedic principles which are free from risk and concocted a new system of religion opposed to the Vedas. That was the beginning of the Jain Dharma. Many other so called religions followed this atheistic system. येन ह वावकलौ मनुजापसादा देव माया मोहिता स्वविधि नियोग शौच चारित्र विहीन देवहेलनानि अपवृत्तानि निजेश्चय गृहाण अस्यानाना न च मनसो च केशोल्लुच्चनादीनि कलिना धर्म बहुलेनोपहत धियो ब्रह्म ब्राह्मण यज्ञ पुरुष लोकविदूषकाः प्रायेण भविष्यन्ति. People who are lowest among men and bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord will give up the original Varnashrama Dharma and its rules and regulations. They will abandon bathing 3 times daily and worshipping the Lord. Abandoning cleanliness and neglecting the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they will accept nonsensical principles, not regularly bathing or washing their mouths regularly. They will always remain unclean and they will pluck out their hair. Following a concocted religion, they will flourish. During this age of Kali, people are more inclined to irreligious systems. Consequently, these people will naturally deride Vedic authority. The followers of Vedic authority, the Brahmanas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the devotees. ते च हि ते च हि अर्वाक्तानया sorry ते च ह्यह्व अव्याक्तनया निजलोकयात्रायान्द परम परम्पराया स्वस्तास्तमसि अन्धे स्वयं एव प्रपतिष्यन्ति. Low class people, due to their gross ignorance, introduce a system of religion that deviates from the Vedic principles. Following their own mental concoctions, they automatically fall down into the darkest regions of existence. Ayam avataro rajasopluto kaivalyopasish kaivalyopasiksha narthaha. In this age of Kali, people are overwhelmed by the modes of passion and ignorance. Lord Rishabdev incarnated himself to deliver them from the clutches of Maya. तस्यानुगुणान् श्लोकान् गायन्ति अहो भुवः सप्त समुद्रवत्या द्वीपेषु वर्षेषु व अधिपुण्य एतत् गायन्ति यत्रत्य जना मुरारे कर्माणि भद्राणि अवतारवन्ति. Learned scholars chant about the transcendental qualities of Lord Rishabhadev in this way. Oh, this earthly planet contains 7 seas and many islands and lands, of which Bharatvarsha is considered the most pious. People of Bharatvarsha are accustomed to glorifying the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Lord Rishabhadeva and others. All these activities are very auspicious for the welfare of humanity. अहोनुवंस यशसावधाता प्रयव्रतो यत्र पुमान् पुराणः कृता कृतावतारः पुरुषः स आद्यस् चचार धर्मस्य अकर्म हेतुम्. Oh, what shall I say of the dynasty of Priyavrata, which is pure and very much celebrated? In that dynasty, the original personality of Godhead descended as an incarnation and executed religious principles that could free one from the results of fruitive activity. कोन्वस्य काष्ठाम् अपरोऽनुगच्छन् मनोरथान्य रथेनापि अभवस्य योगी यो योगमाया स्पृहयति उदस्ता हि असतया येन कृतः प्रयत्नाः. Who is that mystic yogi who can follow the example of Lord Rishabhadeva even within his mind? Lord Rishabhadev rejected all kinds of yogic perfection which other yogis hanker to attain. Who is that yogi who can compare to Lord Rishabhadev? इतिहस्म सकलवेदलोकदेव ब्राह्मणगवां परम गुरोर्भगवता ऋषभाख्यास्य विशुद्धाचरितम् ईरितं पुंसां समस्त दुश्चरिताभिहरणं परममहामङ्गलायनम् इदम् अनुश्रद्धयोपचित्तयानुशृणोति आश्रवति श्रावती वावहितो भगवती तस्मिन् वासुदेवो एकान्ततो भक्तिरनयोरपि समनुवर्तते. Mhm. Shukadeva Goswami continued, Lord Rishabhadev is the master of all Vedic knowledge, human beings, demigods, cows, and brahmanas. I have already explained his pure transcendental activities, which will vanquish the sinful activities of all living entities. This narration of Lord Rishabhadev's pastimes is the reservoir of all auspicious things. Whoever attentively hears or speaks of them, following in the footsteps of the Acharyas, will certainly attain unalloyed devotional service at the lotus feet of Lord Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead. यस्याम् एव कवयः आत्मानम् अविरतं विविध विज्ञिन विज्ञिन संसार परितापोपत्यप्यमानम् अनुसवनं स्नापयन्तस्तय तयैव परया निवृत्त्या हि अपवर्गम् आत्यन्तिकं परमपुरुषार्थम् अपि स्वयम् आशादितं नो इवाद्रियन्ते भगवती भगवद्दीयत्वेनैव परिष्यमाप्तं सर्वार्थाः. Devotees always bathe themselves in devotional service in order to be relieved from the various tribulations of material existence. By doing this, the devotees enjoy supreme bliss and liberation personified comes to serve them. Nonetheless, they do not accept that service, even if it is offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. For the devotees, liberation, mukti, is very important because having attained the Lord's transcendental loving service, they have attained everything desirable and have transcended all material desires. राजन्पतिर्गुरोरलं भवतां यदूनां दैवं प्रियः कुलपतिः क्व च किङ्करो वः अस्त्व एवम् अङ्गभगवान् भजतां मुकुन्दो मुक्तिं ददाति कर्हि चित् स्मन भक्तिर्योगम्. Shukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, the supreme person Mukunda is actually the maintainer of all the members of the Pandavas and Yadu dynasties. He is your spiritual master, a worshipable deity, friend, and the director of your activities. To say nothing of this, he sometimes serves your family as a messenger or servant. This means he worked just as ordinary servants do. Those engaged in getting the Lord's favor attain liberation from the Lord very easily, but he does not very easily give the opportunity to render direct service unto him. नित्यानुभूत निजलाभ निवृत तृष्ण श्रेयस्यथ रचनया चिरसुप्त बुद्धेः लोकस्य यः करुणा भयम् आत्मलोकम् आख्यां नमो भगवते ऋषभाय तस्मै. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Rishabhadeva, was fully aware of his true identity, therefore, he was self sufficient and he did not desire external gratification. There was no need for him to aspire for success since he was complete in himself. Those who unnecessarily engage in bodily conceptions and create an atmosphere of materialism are always ignorant of their real self interest. Out of his causeless mercy, Lord Rishabhadev taught the self's real identity and the goal of life. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto the Lord who appeared as Lord Rishabhadev. Here ends the chapter 6, the activities of Rishabhadev from the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavata. Right, the activities. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's nice that we have started this week to go through further how Lord Rishabhadev has blessed uh, before he left the world. Hmm. In fact, here it says that Shukadeva Goswami is answering to King Parikshit. Parikshit Maharaj is asking, okay, see, people are hankering for power, yeah, mystic power. Oh, I want this power, I want that power. He says, my dear Lord, for those who are completely pure in heart, Knowledge is attained by the practice of bhakti yoga, and attachment for fruitive activities completely burned to ashes. This is all correct. Means we are looking, if when we are looking for solution to solve our problem, what is our problem? Bad karma. Oh, I have so much I have done, not in this life, but in many, many lives. I have done so much that I have messed up my life like anything. What is the way out? Is it knowledge can save us? Yeah, knowledge can help us, but not will save us. The real thing is bhakti. Here it is said, Rishabhadeva in this case, for such people, the power of mystic yoga automatically arises. They do not cause distress. Why did then Rishabhadev neglect them? So for devotees, getting mystic power is digestible. Yeah, just like if someone is eating, if it is digesting, then it's okay. If someone, I usually have this in my mind that if someone is given 1 crore rupees but he doesn't know how to use it, he will just misuse it. But one who can really use it properly, if 1 crore is given or 10 crore is given, doesn't matter, he can really use it properly. And here, when Rishabdev he was doing this yoga, in his bhakti yoga, he was getting all these mystic powers in his hand, where at his feet, to be served. Why did Rishabdev still was detached? He didn't want to use those powers. Hmm? That's very interesting. Devotees means we are not interested to use all our powers to show off or all our powers to attain material benefits, especially when these are material powers. Better immediately take shelter of the Lord. Yeah. How the example given here is very nice. Here is Shukadeva Goswami is saying, see, my king, my dear king, you have spoken correctly. However, after capturing animals, a cunning hunter does not put faith in them, for they might run away. So it doesn't mean that now if we have complete control, yeah, you a devotee, okay, yeah, here we are seeing Lord Himself is showing us that, hey, devotee, don't be in illusion that you are now saved forever. Padam padam vipadam. Every step there is a danger. You know what is the best example in Bhagavatam? Padam padam, vipadam. The example, yeah, is the next chapter. Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj attained perfection. But yeah, doesn't mean that, oh, he has attained perfect. Yeah, he, of course, the Leelas of the Lord, yeah, we can summarize in that. But we can see that one, just like a hunter, even if he has captured, he doesn't think, now everything is there, now I can go safe. No, he ties the the animal that he has hunted, or even kills it. So similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual life do not put faith in the mind. Now, if mind is saying, "Hey, I am your friend," no, no, don't trust it. Indeed, they always remain vigilant and watch the mind's action. All the learned scholars have put their opinion. Scholars are telling what is they saying? The mind is by nature very restless. The word used here is anavastite. Anavastite means it's nivas means place of stillness or residence. Nivas, yeah, we call out Sri Nivas. Anivastite means the place where it's not restless, it's always not steady. Um, Vishram Bhat, from placing. So it's not worth to trust our mind. We should always remember this. This is when Rishabdev is teaching this, is not for, yeah, just for only yogis. No, it's for every one of us. That mind, yes, that is the reason we need a guru. I mean, I don't know how many times I would have brought up this connection from wherever. If we see in Bhagavatam, we can see uh, um, how important it is to have a guru. Yeah, because mind, mm, sometimes we, what is this called, the elephant is on, what is it called, sometimes we are on elephant and sometimes elephant is on us. It means sometimes we think that, let's put this mind, sometimes we are controlling mind and sometimes we are controlled by mind. So how to be free from that control is engaging that, oh mind, you don't listen to me, I am not your master. The real master is my spiritual master, my guru. So just go and serve him. Whatever the mind is saying, just ask mind, is it what the guru is asked me to do? Is it what the guru is asking us to do? If yes, let's do it. If not, just keep quiet. So the mind is by nature very restless, and one should not make friends with it. The example given here, even Lord Shiva, he was saying, "Yeah, come on, okay, that's fine. I really, really want. I missed. Come on, I didn't see your wonderful Mohini Murti room form, Roop, and that's why please show." And yeah, Lord Vishnu was saying, "Do you really want to see?" He said, "No, no, I really want to see." And when he saw, yeah, he was totally absorbed. And this is one example. The second example given here is about what is that? Uh, Aiswaram, great personalities like Lord Shiva and great sage Shaubari Muni. Hmm. And then, just like further example is given about the unchaste woman is very easily carried away by a paramour, which means one who is not chaste. There are two messages here. One is that unchaste woman um, will be weak because she is interested, she want to enjoy, and because she want to enjoy, she is just captivated, and because she is captivated, she is allured. And when she is allured, what will happen? Someone will take, and then will, here it is said, is sometimes happens that her husband is violent and kills her paramours. This, if the yogi gives his mind a chance and does not restrain it, his mind will give facility to enemies. So what will happen? If we give little lenience, then we are caught. And then in the next is kamo manyu means anger, mother, kamo manyur madho lobha shoka moha bhayadaya. Karma bandhas, these are the reasons for binding us in this world. Karma bandhas chayan mulaha. The root of this is svikuryat kono tad buddha. So, what learned man would put faith in the mind? No, 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 let's not. This is what we can see. What is the role or what is the Leela of Rishabhadev is to help us understand the need of time is to control senses. Not once, not twice, always. It goes further. He says he maintained his original position as a plenary expansion of Lord Vasudeva. So, though he had all this mystic powers, he didn't use that. He was just like he traveled all over in the form of Avadhuta, language of Avadhuta. That's what he was doing. Thus, remaining always in that state, he gave up his pastimes as Lord Rishabhadeva within this material world. If following if, following in the footsteps of Lord Rishabhadev, one can give up his subtle body, there is no chance that one will accept a metal body again. Hmm. I mean, mm, I think I messed up my notes. Give me 1 second, please. Because when I read the purports, I think I messed it up. But but that's why I mean there are so many nice. I mean in the purports when we go, I don't have the purports right in front of me where I have marked them. But I have read them and they are full of giving understanding of how to lead a very sense controlled lifestyle. Yeah, and in that regard, yes. Um, yeah, in that regard, yeah, perfection. Yes. So. In the purport number 6. All these purports are kind of a concluding, summarizing purports, which are very nice because this is concluding the pastime of Rishabhadev. And it also gives some light about Jainism. I think, what was it? I think Aditya Prabhu was asking. We'll come to that. Mm. So he's saying, actually, Shukadev Goswami is telling, Parikshit Maharaj is telling to Shukadev Goswami, actually, Lord Rishabhadev had no material body. But due to Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya, due to Yoga Maya, he considered his body material, and therefore, playing in that role, he started traveling different places. He had no plan to travel this way, but he arrived near Kutakachal and entered a forest there. He placed stones within his mouth and began to wander through the forest naked. Hmm? Yeah, there is no explanation. What does that mean? Maybe that comes into the Avadhuta mood. Hmm? While he was wandering in like that in forest, there was a fire, and then in that fire, Rishabdev, such a forest fire can burn the external bodies of animals. But Lord Rishabdev was not burned, although he apparently seemed so. Lord Rishabdev is the super soul of all living entities within the forest, and his soul is never burned by fire. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Adahyoyam, the soul is never burned by fire. Due to Lord Rishabdev's presence, all the animals in the forest were also liberated from material engagement. That is a blessing that they got. And Shukadeva Goswami said further, and from this verse to next six verses, it's very important. In the ninth verse, it is said, taking advantage of Kali Yuga, the age of sinful activities, King Arhat. This Arhat means, I think it's said in the translation. Um, Maharaj, my dear King of Konka, Venka, Kutaka, whose name was Arhat, heard of the activities of Rishabhadev and imitating Rishabhadev's principles, introduced a new system of religion. So, this is the danger of imitating someone. Oh, someone did, you know what? In that part of the world, in that place, someone did like that. Why don't we do that here? Imitating, rather than understanding why they have done it, what is the purpose of doing it, is it suitable for time, place, and circumstances. If one doesn't evaluate all these things and just because of one is doing it, let me do it. If one does like that, Vibhav, Vibhu, hmm. So charging. If one does like that, yeah, then that's the reason there are so many religions that are created. Yeah, we can see here in this case what happened. Taking advantage of Kali Yuga, the age of sinful activities, King Arad, being bewildered, gave up the Vedic principles, which are free from risk, and concocted a new religion of system opposed to the Vedas. In the purport Prabhupada is mentioning. When Lord Sri Krishna was present on this planet, a person named Paundraka imitated the four-handed Narayan and declared himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He desired to compete with Krishna. You know what happened? Similarly, during the time of Lord Rishabhadev, the king of Konka and Venka acted like Paramahamsas and imitated Lord Rishabhadev. He introduced a system of religion and took advantage of fallen condition of the people in this age of Kali. It is said in Vedic literatures that people in this age will be more inclined to accept anyone as the Supreme Lord and accept any religion opposed to Vedic principles. Hmm. So, due to their misfortune, they forget the Vedic principles. Following non Vedic principles in this age, they think themselves the Supreme Lord and thus spread the cult of atheism all over the world. Not only that, yeah, it said, following a concocted religion, they will flourish. During this age of Kali, people are more inclined to irreligious systems. Consequently, these people will naturally deride Vedic authority. The followers of Vedic authority, the Brahmanas, the supreme personality of Godhead, and the devotees. So this there is a further. It is said in the purport Prabhupada mentions presently the hippies, the Western country fit to this description. They are irresponsible and unregulated. They do not bathe. They deride standard Vedic knowledge. They concoct new lifestyles and religions. There are many hippies groups at the present moment, but they all originated from King Arhat, who imitated the activities of Lord Rishabhadev, who was situated on the Paramahamsa stay. King Arhat did not care for the fact that although Lord Rishabdev acted like a madman, his stool and urine were nonetheless aromatic, so much so that they nicely scented the countryside for miles around. So, this says, due to the influence of this age of Kali, they are apt to concoct false religious systems. Hmm. And in this way, it is said, in the age of Kali, people are overwhelmed by the mode of passion and ignorance. Lord Rishabdev incarnated to deliver them from the clutches of Maya. In fact, it is mentioned in the 12th canto, the symptoms of Kali Yuga. In the 12th canto's third chapter. Lavanyam Keshadaranam. What is this? It is predicted how fallen souls will behave. They will keep their long hair and consider themselves very beautiful, or they will pluck off their hair as the Jains do. They will keep themselves unclean and will not wash their mouths. Jains refer to Lord Rishabdev as their original preceptor. If such people are serious followers of Rishabdev, they must also take his instructions. In the fifth chapter of this chapter, Rishabdev gave his 100 sons instructions whereby they could become free from the clutches of Maya. So, if one strictly follows the instructions of Rishabdev given in the fifth chapter, he will certainly be liberated. Lord Rishabdev incarnates specifically to deliver these fallen souls. That is the purpose. But anyway, one slowly, gradually gets out of track, right? This is what happens. Learned scholars chant about the transcendental qualities of Lord Rishabhadev in this way. They say, oh, this earthly planet contains seven seas and many islands, uh, and of which Bharatavarsha is considered the most pious. Hmm. In the purport, Prabhupada mentions Bharata Bhumide Haile Manusya Janma Yara Janma Sarthakata Kare Kara Para Upakara. So the best thing if one is born in Bharatavarsha is to actually preach. The followers of Vedic literature understand this. So um, the word Adi Punyam indicates that there are certainly many other pious men throughout the world, but the people of Bharatavarsha are even more more pious. Therefore, they are fit to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world for the benefit of the society, human society. Srila Madhvacharya also recognizes the land of Bharatavarsha uh, Visheshad Bharate Punyam. Throughout the world, there is no question of Bhagavad Bhakti or devotional service, but the people of Bharatavarsha can easily understand the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, thus every inhabitant of Bharatavarsha can perfect his life by discharging Bhagavad Bhakti and then preaching this cult throughout the world for the benefit of everyone. That if at all we are not in India, we should know that the purpose of we not being in India is to do this. Sartakata Kare. What is that? To spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And it goes further explanations, and then it is said, who in that mystic yogi, who is that mystic yogi who can follow the example of Lord Rishabdev even with his mind? Lord Rishabdev rejected all kinds of yogic perfection which other yogis hanker to attain. What are these yogi practices, perfections? Anima, Lagima, what is it called? Just Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Prakamya, Prapti. Prapti, Ishitva, Vasitva, and Kama Vasiyata. Think there are different names. I think there is few change also referred in some other. Shastra is also one. Lord Rishabdev, however, never aspired for all these material things. Such siddhis are presented by illusory energy of the Lord. It's not the Lord is giving all these powers. It is the Lord's illusory energy is what is giving all these things. Consequently, ordinary yogis cannot compare to Lord Rishabhadev. And Shukadev Goswami is saying, Lord Rishabdev is the master of all Vedic knowledge, human beings, demigods, and Brahmanas, cows and Brahmanas. So, therefore, I have already explained his pure transcendental activities. So, it says, whoever attentively hears or speaks of them, following in the footsteps of the Acharyas, will certainly attain unalloyed devotional service at the lotus feet of Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning the teachings of Lord Rishabhadev are for the people of all yugas. Hmm. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and especially Kali Yuga. Hmm. And in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees are recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, if someone is asking what is Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes people are confused or don't know. If you ask, do you have Bhagavatam? They say, yes. Oh, which canto you have? I only have one book. I think everything is one. So, they think Bhagavatam is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavatam, or they don't know what is the difference. Yeah, it is. What is Bhagavatam? The pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees are recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam so that those who recite these pastimes and listen to them will be purified. What is that? Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu, whatever thing. Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. That's why in the next line, um, Prabhupada is writing Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. As a matter of principle, devotees should read, speak, and hear Srimad Bhagavatam persistently, 24 hours daily, if possible. That is the recommendation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kirtaniya Sadahari. One should either chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra or read Srimad Bhagavatam and thereby try to understand the characteristics and instructions of the Supreme Lord, who appeared as Lord Rishabhadev, Lord Kapiladev, Lord Krishna. In this way, one can become fully aware of the transcendental nature of the Lord. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, one who knows the transcendental nature of the Lord's birth and activities attain liberation from material bondages and return back home, back to Godhead. So this is one thing is highlighted. And then if someone is looking for mukti, devotees always bathe themselves in devotional service in order to be relieved from various tribulations of the material existence. By doing this, devotee enjoys supreme bliss. We want to experience the true bliss, the pure bliss. This is attainable only when one is engaged in devotional service, and liberation personified comes to serve them. What I'm saying? One who is engaged in bhakti, mukti is already granted. Moksha is already guaranteed. I don't know if Gaur Bhagwan Pagi were there. When we were doing a program at your place, there was someone who was saying, what is the topmost thing? They say, yeah, moksha. Moksha. What is moksha? Moksha is nothing. If one becomes a devotee, then moksha itself will come. One did not do only uh, uh, exclusive program for how to liberate by controlling senses. For the devotees, liberation is very unimportant because having attained the Lord's transcendental loving service, they have attained everything desirable and have transcended all material desires. In the purport, there is further detail what is mukti. For a devotee, mukti is not a very great achievement. Mukti means being situated in one's constitutional position. Mukti means it's not the highest perfection, it's not bhakti, it's only mukti. Mukti means to be free from misunderstanding, free from illusion, to understand our own self, which is self realization. When one comes to that state, that is mukti. The constitutional position of every living entity is that of Lord's servant. Therefore, when a living entity is engaged in the Lord's loving service, he has already attained mukti. Shukadeva Goswami is summarizing this verse is very nice. He's saying, Rajan Patir Gurum Alam Bhavatam Yadunam Daivam Priya Kulapati Kwa Cha Kinkaro Vaha Asta Eva Anga Bhagavan Bhajatam Mukundo Muktim Dadati Karhichit Sma na Bhakti Yogam. The power of Bhakti Yoga. We see here, Shukadeva Goswami is saying, O King Parikshit, the Supreme Person Mukunda is actually the maintainer of all members of Pandavas and Yadu dynasties. In the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning, while instructing to Parikshit Maharaj, he's saying, um, where is this? The glories, especially the glorious. Especially glorious is the dynasty of Priyavrata, in which the Supreme Lord Rishabdev incarnated. Similarly, the family of Uttanapada Maharaj, the father of Maharaj Dhruva, is also glorious due to King Prithu taking birth in it. The dynasty of Maharaj Raghu is glorified because Lord Ramachandra appeared in that family. As far as Yadu and Kuru dynasties are concerned, they existed simultaneously, but of the two, Yadu dynasty was more glorious due to the appearance of Krishna. Maharaj Parikshit might have been thinking that Kuru dynasty was not as fortunate as others because the Supreme Lord did not appear in that family, neither as Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, Lord Rishabhadeva, Lord Maharaj Prithu. Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj was encouraged by Shukadev Goswami in this particular verse. He's saying, hey, come on, don't worry. The Pandavas, Kuru dynasty may be considered more glorious due to the presence of Pandavas. Yeah. So in this way, we can see how great personalities have appeared in different. Uh, and the conclusion in the purport it says Muktim dadati karhichit smana bhakti yogam. It says directly uh, or indirectly. It is proved that bhakti yoga is the best, is the basics or basis for the supreme relationship with the Supreme Lord. It is far superior to liberation. For a pure devotee of the Lord, mukti is automatically attained. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Oi. Yes. Yeah, there finally we end happily the wonderful pastime of Rishabh. Last week I thought, oh, we already finished. Yeah, any thoughts? If someone has wanted to share, what did you like on the teachings of Rishabhadev? Some Kapila Muni has taught by speaking to Devahuti, his mother, what is Sankhya philosophy. And here, Rishabhadev is not teaching only by speaking, by leading. Here we can see what did he do. Left a way of how to perfect one's life.
So I got the clarification, bro, about the
Chain
Jain
originator.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was actually a king who tried to imitate.
Yeah.
Right.
There is
Interesting.
also, I think, I'm if I'm not really wrong, I have to once again check. Give me 1 second. I can also quickly check. Oh, I think I've already closed this. But in the end of this fifth, in the book, right, in the last chapter of this fifth canto, I think there is further information given. But I'll once again check and then say if I still remember right. Fifth canto, chapter number 26. If not this, I have read in some other commentaries from other acharyas where they have mentioned about it. Let me try. No, there is a special note, but I don't know if in which chapter I came across. Yeah, there is more detail about it.
Prabhuji, when we say when we talk about the nature of the mind and not to trust the mind on, like, does it, where do we draw the line between being mindless
Being
and
mindless.
because the mind is, like Krishna also says, the mind can be also your friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So can we not, once the mind is purified, can we not utilize the mind?
See, it's just like wearing a white clothes. Huh?
Mm,
It's not that you can't have a clean white cloth, right? Kurta. You can always have white. But you know, it can very easily get dirty, right?
mm,
Hmm? The mind can be very pure, but it is more susceptible, not susceptible. It's more, it's more prone to get dirty,
mm.
no?
Like a white dress. Yeah.
Yeah, a white dress. I mean, our heart should be pure, our heart should be clean, mind should be pure, clean. But yeah, the friend is also sometimes we see, okay, friend can also say, oh, there is some good friends, some not good friends, right?
Mm,
Some friends will say, hey, practice Krishna consciousness. Some friends will say, don't practice Krishna consciousness. Both friends exist.
Yeah.
So one who is more careful, he is following the instructions, right? What is that? To be very, very careful with Sangha Tyaga. One should not have, not sadhu Sangha, to give up the Sangha of the Vishaya. I mean, who are materialistic people give up.
Mm.
Yeah, these are the instructions not for karmis but also for devotees. Because it is said you can have one who follows the six, then he is his bhakti is advanced. He if he it's favorable. I think that is the right word there. And shed bhaktir uchyate. In the nectar of instruction, there is this third one, Utsaha Nishchayat Sangat Yagat Shato Vritya Shabdhir Bhaktir Prasidhyati. The six qualities, no? Enthusiasm, confidence, patience, various activities which are according to the rules and regulations. Then tat tat karma pravartanat by performing to this sangat yagat, giving up association of non-devotees. All in this all favorable things, there is also one thing that we should give up. What is that? This association of non-devotees.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know. Did you ask this or?
uh, yeah, I mean, my question was like, the
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
is
Krishna
still a
is saying
powerful
mind
tool that
is,
we can use, right, in this world.
yeah. Yeah, in the end, mind is our friend as long as we can, yeah, it has it's like a dual sword which can help, yeah, or it can be like a sword, you can use it for good or bad.
Mhm.
Uh, just like a mind of a child is innocent, but the mind as he evolves, then you start developing all the other enemies, right? Karma bandhascha, all those qualities will develop, and then the same mind is controlled by those, the
Mhm.
poor mind. Huh?
The message of Rishabdeva is to always be vigilant
Yeah, a yogi should be
against
always
the mind.
vigilant, not because these things very easily come. Yeah, even for example, when someone is um, preaching or when someone is engaging in service, any service, then there is something that comes is this appreciation, and then when this appreciation comes, oh, if it is beyond what we can digest, the appreciation can harm. And when we talk about digesting, it is that the mind should be calm. If the mind is agitated, then we are not able to digest what we are able to get it. Mind
Right.
agitation is something means then it's not stable is because it's getting more than what it can handle.
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah.
And when you are saying about and Krishna also is saying this, mind can be your friend, you can be enemy, and what do you do? You regulate your mind with detachment and determination.
Mhm.
So that's why he's saying mind is like that. Yeah, it has the benefit, you can use it. How? By being detached.
Mhm. Vairagya.
Yeah, we can say Vairagya is okay. Yeah.
And then,
But
so,
Krishna is
mhm.
telling just not any Vairagya, but is telling Yukta Vairagya Muchyati. Yukta Vairagya means engaging everything in the service of Krishna. If one is getting 100 millions or 10 millions or one, whatever, na, Krishna, if a devotee is said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that Yukta Vairagya Muchyate means Krishna Sambandhe, engage everything, whatever you have in the service of Krishna. If you have everything, you use it. If you have nothing, also with that nothing, you use in Krishna's service. That is Vairagya. Vairagya is not like giving up everything and become Babas.
Mm.
Of course not. I mean, real Babas is nice, but I'm saying sometimes we think na just becoming free from all the entanglement. Oh, let me give up my wife, give up my children, and then that is Vairagya. No, that is not Vairagya. That is called Falgu Vairagya. Falgu Vairagya means escaping from responsibilities. Huh? If one is attached, there is Varnashrama system. He should follow. One should follow Varnashrama system if he still has a lot of desires. Sense enjoyment is what is hankering. Varnashrama system is a way through which one can follow proper etiquettes, rules and regulations, and sadhana and all these things. But even when one is not detached, but he thinks that, oh, let me detach forcefully, huh? Forcefully and artificially, after some time it becomes a show. Falgu means cheating, bogus. Falgu means drama. So that Vairagya is not approved. We are talking about a real Vairagya means not even to be disconnected with the world. No, Falgu Vairagya means Yukta Vairagya means Yukta means yeah, in one way we can say smart or real or um, natural or natural. No, um, to use intelligence. Yeah, Yukti to use the real intelligence. Huh? And what is the real intelligence is to understand I am the servant of the Lord and engage in the service of the Lord. Everything, all the material assets, whatever we have to use them. That is called Yukta Vairagya. Yep.
Super. Thank you.
Yep. Good. Thank you so much. We'll start a new episode of Pastimes of Lord King Bharat Maharaj from tomorrow. Until then, have a nice evening. See you. Anchakalpadarbhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय गौर